Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here with me and for returning to my channel. I have a special guest coming. Hello, Miss Hemi. I don't know if you can see her. Here's my sweet girl. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today is going to be a fun one. Since it's the beginning of June, we are going to do our June TBR. There's an ad. I have my TBR wheel up on my phone, and I think I'm gonna do 4 picks. I've been really slow with reading recently. I was in a little bit of a slump. As you guys know, I went through a lot of life changes, so it took a lot of time from reading, but hopefully we're going to get back in the swing of things. I already have 1 book picked. I'll show you guys that one at the end. I'm doing a buddy read with one of my Bookstagram friends soon, so that will already be on the TBR. So I'm thinking 5 books for the month of June is fair. I don't know if I'll get through all 5. I'm currently in the middle of a book right now, and today that I'm filming on is the 3rd, so that's already 1 book. And then the book that I'm buddy reading is the 2nd book, so likely I'm hoping I get through 3 of the 4 that we choose today. So without further ado, let's choose the June TBR. Okay, so I have my Goodreads up right now. I do have all the books right here, which is so nice. It'll be easy to just kind of go through them, but they are in no order. I've said this in another video. I'm going to organize those shelves. I just haven't gotten around to it. So hopefully that's going to be my next video. I'll bring you guys along with me on the organization of those bad boys. But Goodreads is easy for some of the TBR prompts, such as the highest page count or the lowest rating or the highest rating, or you know what I mean. So I have Goodreads for that up, but let us start with our first spin. Published before 2015. Okay, see, this is where Goodreads comes in handy, because how on earth is me looking at those books going to tell me published dates? So publication year, there we go. Goodreads coming in helpful. Okay, we're gonna scroll down to 2015 and go backwards. So here's a couple: Girl on the Train, Station 11, A Man Called Ove. Oh my gosh, some of these books are older than I thought they were. Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, that's a good one. Okay, I have about 10 or so to choose from. A couple that caught my eye was Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. That's a short one. It's, I think, sub 300, 333. Angel number. I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm kind of intrigued by this book. I've been really in the mood for dystopian reads. I don't know why. I am a huge dystopian fan. I love all things dystopia. So that one might be right up my alley for what I'm kind of in the mood for currently. A Man Called Ove has been on my TBR forever, and I'm kind of in the mood for something a little different. I haven't read a sad book in a while. That would be a perfect one. I think the only one other than those 2 that caught my eye was The Night Circus by Ellen Morgenstern, I believe. This is a relatively new book that I added to my TBR within the last 6 months. I think it's fun. I'm into kind of like the circus, fantasy, prizes, games, etc. This one is a strong contender, but honestly, I think Station 11 has caught my eye the strongest out of those 3 that I said, as well as the handful of other ones that are on my TBR. So I will be right back once I find it on my bookshelf. All right, book 1 has been chosen. We are spinning again for our second read. Blue cover. Okay, I'm just going to scroll through and look at the blue covers that are on my TBR. We've got Firefly Lane, Morning Star. Okay guys, is that blue? No, it's black, but it has a lot of blue on it. I'm counting it because I really want to read the 3rd book in the Red Rising trilogy. Beartown, that's blue-green. I said I was in a sad mood, so that might do it. Every Summer After. I've actually been really wanting to read this, and it's summer. It's perfect. This would be a fantastic June read. I think this is actually going to be my top choice as of right now. I honestly don't even think I really want to look at any other ones. I think that's, yeah. That's what we're going to go with. We are going to go with, what was it? Every Summer After. I just scrolled past One Golden Summer, so I was about to say that, because that's also a Carly Fortune book, and it's a blue cover, but not yet. I'm pretty sure Every Summer After comes first. So let's do that. All right, here is our second book. Now we are doing our third spin. Fantasy. Ooh, okay. I wish you could do fantasy you could do by genre, can you? I'm actually just making an assumption that you can't do it by genre. No, doesn't look like you can. That would be pretty cool though. Give me a moment. I'm going to actually go look at my shelf since they are all going to be right out in front of me and decide what fantasy book I would like to choose. And I think I haven't even gotten very far and I've made my decision already. Okay, I'm so excited to read this one. I picked it up like a day or two after it came out. Haven't gotten around to read it. She's a big book, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get through this one. I needed to set some time aside. It's almost 600 pages. I'm so excited for this one. This might honestly be my next read. I loved Silvery Elite, and this is like the perfect dystopian vibe that I'm looking for. It's a sequel. We already know the characters. We already know what's going on. I'm so excited to read this one, and if you have not read Silvery Elite, do that. And then we could read this one and we could talk about it this month. Okay, we are now doing our final spin. Published before 2017. I don't know if I really want to do this. Okay, I'm gonna check and see what other editions we had between 2015 and 2017. If it's something that I want to read, but we just did the same prompt, so it feels silly to do like the same exact thing. I feel like this is a sign. Because there are actually a handful of books that were published in 2016 that I have, but the one that we talked about together already in this video is on here, and I feel like now I have to do it. It's Morningstar, the third book in the Red Rising trilogy. I feel like I have to. I also just watched Star Wars for the first time, and it really made me want to jump back into this series. The second book ended so well on such a huge cliffhanger, but I've gotten lost in the last couple of months on that journey. I just kind of strayed away for no good reason. One, I haven't been reading a lot, but two, I've been picking up shorter, quicker books to get me back in the swing of things, but I think I'm there. So I think I've made my decision. We are doing Morningstar. One second. Yay! This is also another thick book, so something tells me I'm not going to get through all of these books this month, but we're gonna try. This is also high 500s, so this is an exciting TBR. And then lastly, I told you guys that I'm doing a buddy read with a friend on Bookstagram. We are doing The Burning Side. It's a book of the month from last month or 2 months ago, I don't remember. May 2026, so yeah, last month. I'm really excited for this one, and I love doing buddy reads because we could talk about what's going on. She thinks of things I didn't think about. I think of some things she might have not thought about, maybe, or maybe she thought of everything. I don't know. I think a lot of people are more advanced in their views and analysis on books than I am, but every now and then I catch myself with a good chunk of analysis that I like to share with others. But I'm very, very excited to read this one. Okay guys, we have quite the stacked June TBR, and I am so freaking excited for this TBR. These are books that I'm very excited to read, and coming out of my reading slump, I think this is what I needed right now. I needed books that are getting me excited. I need books that'll keep me entertained, keep me hooked, keep me wanting to pick up the book. So let's just recap the 5 books for June that I'm going to shoot for, and not be too mad at myself if I don't get to all 5, because 2 of these books are rather long. So the first book we have this month is Station 11. I am so excited to read this one. It was nominated for a National Book Award. That's very exciting. I have high hopes for this one, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it next time. Next, we chose Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I am so excited for this one. I'm going to the beach this month, and I think this will be a perfect beach read to bring on that trip with me. And also now it's sunshine, it's pool days, so this is just fits in perfectly with the vibes of June. The next book that we chose was Broken Dove by Dani Francis. I am so excited to read this one. Like we talked about, it's a very thick book, but I love the edges. Gold foil, so pretty. I love the cover, it's so pretty. I'm just so excited to read this one. I'm pretty sure this will be my next read in June. And if you've read this or if you're going to read it, comment down below so we can have a little chit chat about it because I'm so excited. The next book that we chose was Morning Star. Kind of finessed the system, but also the wheel chose what the wheel wanted to choose, and the wheel wanted to choose Morning Star. So we are so excited. This is also a thick one, but I cannot wait to finish the first trilogy and go on to the rest of this series. And then lastly, we have The Burning Side by Sarah DeMoff. This will be my buddy read. This was already predetermined, getting through our book of the months together. Me and my Bookstagram girly. If you guys ever want to do any buddy reads or anything, feel free to comment or message me on Instagram or Goodreads or Fable. I don't know if you can message on Goodreads or Fable, but message me on here or message me on Bookstagram and we could do that together. But I'm so excited to do this with my Bookstagram girly. If you watched my previous TBR video, I was trying to keep statistics on my reading, on how many books I had, got rid of, picked up, how much money I was spending, everything like that. I have not been doing a great job at keeping up to date with that, but I will let you guys know kind of where I currently stand. So according to Goodreads, which I hope is as accurate as it can be, I have 74 books on my physical TBR, which is really high because I'm only at, I think, 13 reads this year and we're in June. But hopefully we're gonna pick up the pace now that my life is settled down. But yeah, 74 books, and in the last couple of months, I have only purchased one book, and it was Broken Dove. Everything else has been book of the month, which I don't count subscriptions. Or in my last video, I went to the secondhand bookstore and I pretty much used my trade credit for the books, so I didn't buy any books. So I've really only spent I've spent money on one book in the last couple months, which I'd say is pretty good. And ultimately, I've only picked up those other two books, other than book of the month. Trust me when I say this is good. I will work on updating my actual statistics. I'm actually gonna go count my books on my bookshelf to see if my Goodreads is accurate, because I try to, every time I get a book, update it into my Goodreads, but sometimes I forget. So I will be right back. I was right, it was 74. It was 74. So as you can see, Miss Hemi Girl has joined us, and if you could see, I was right. I do have 74 books on my physical TBR, so I did keep up to date pretty well. I'd say that's not too bad because I'm pulling it back up. I started the year with 81 physical books, so we've gone down, what is that, 7? That's good with picking up a couple and reading a bunch. So I'm proud of myself. We've gone down, not up, and that is the goal. So yay, all thumbs up over here. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am so excited for this month's TBR. I cannot wait to go on this reading journey. If you want to follow along, obviously subscribe here, as well as follow me on Bookstagram, on Goodreads, and on Fable, and let's continue our conversation about our love of books. But if I don't see you on any of those platforms, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Everyone say bye, Miss Hemi. Bye, Miss Hemi. Hemi, tell everyone to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to Sophia.